Hey, hello, and welcome back to Rachel Reads. I just got home to find this waiting for me. This is the December box, and the December theme is cursed. Ooh. And I had forgotten about this, but this is another Rosie Thorne's 88 mug collaboration month. This one is called The Road Through Midnight, and I'm already really excited about the art on this. Oh, it's so sweet. This is inspired by the Winter Night trilogy, the first of which is The Bear and the Nightingale, and these books are on my TBR for 2022. I just purchased the first one and I can't wait to get started on it, and this design is so pretty. And I've really been enjoying these mugs because they're the right size to fit my large tea strainer in it, so it's perfect just for doing like a tea for one with loose leaf tea. So I'm very happy to have a second one of these. Ooh, and underneath here is a sheet of stickers. These are for Nevermore. They're super cute. These are so fun. This like mischievous cat and this funny shadow man. Hello Mus. So cute. I do have plans to do a reading journal for next year, so maybe it's about to get some new decoration. I had been wondering if I was ever going to get one of these, which is a pin banner. This one is inspired by Girl Serpent Thorn, which is a book that I did not like at all. But this is the Firebird. I think the bird has like a different name in the book, and then obviously it has like the sort of rose bushes there, and also the little moth. The like printing of the bird is a little bit mottled. The bottom here though. These are super useful. The other funny thing is that I like just put together this little pin hoop with some scrap fabric that I had, and I've moved over my bookish pins that I have so far, but I haven't moved. I currently have all of my other pins hung on ribbons off my bookshelves. Okay, this looks interesting. This is a little metal pencil case, like pencil tin. I really like it. I remember when these were like all the rage in school, and it says, "I want to survive this world that keeps trying to destroy me." And this is inspired by Ninth House. The detail on it is like really lovely. Even the back has like purple and black printing. I feel like this could even be good for like transporting like makeup brushes as well, or fill it with little candies. All the things. The other thing that they teased for this box was a calendar, and I was so excited because I am a uni student, and so I like to put all my assignments on a calendar, and I also work a casual job, so I'm always changing shifts, and it really helps to be able to write them down. So a 2022 calendar is perfect. This one says Star-Crossed Lovers. It says artwork from Salties and Frostbite Studios, which I thought was one studio, but it seems like maybe it's two different ones and they alternate, or there's two different people, because there's definitely two very distinct styles in this. Ooh, and Emperor in the Ashes is one of my favorites. And November is my birth month. I haven't read Gideon the Ninth. That's great for like just putting like my work shifts and assignments in the little squares. So I've got the pin, but I'm going to cover the title because by some coincidence, this is the first month that I have not seen what this book is or what it looks like or heard anything about it. I am actually really excited about going into this as a surprise. The only thing I know about it is the little synopsis that Olivia Crate gave when they announced the theme. So this is the pin for the month. This is our last monthly pin as well. These are officially going. They won't be included in the boxes anymore next year. And as someone that's only received 3 so far, like I'm a little bit disappointed. I can totally understand, like if you've been subscribed for a year, you've probably had enough pins. And also they talked a lot about the main reason being the cost, and they didn't want to increase the cost of the box. So I'm pretty like understanding about that. It's not going to affect like my choices in getting the box, and I'm still interested to see like what else is going to change next year. So it is a pair of hands playing like one of those string games. I don't know, these went around my like primary school quite a lot, and people used to be able to make like the Eiffel Tower and stuff from them. I don't know the significance yet. I'm realizing that like with these pins they're like very cleverly chosen, but the significance is sort of like in the book. Ooh. What did I just see? Oh, mystery, magic, murder. Marvelous. So the book is called A Marvelous Light by Freya Marske. There's so much going on right now. First of all, the like pattern from the cover continues around on these sprayed edges. The detail on those is amazing. And then they're black at the top and at the bottom. That's so beautiful. And the other really interesting thing about this, which I think they did say that it had like a clear dust jacket, and it's really interesting. It's a very unique kind of customization. Oh, I really like this without the jacket on. Like the pattern just seamlessly goes around like the whole book. It looks really pretty. This author's Australian, or like lives in Australia? She lives in Australia and she is yet to be killed by any form of wildlife. Me too. And then, so like the plastic dust jacket looks like this. And when we first heard about this box, I was like very excited. Okay, so this is a historical fantasy set in Edwardian England. A civil servant finds himself placed as the new liaison to Britain's hidden magical society after a sudden disappearance of the predecessor. He's bound by a deadly curse, and both he and his prickly magical counterpart have to solve the mystery of what happened to his predecessor and save his life. And I'm pretty sure they fall in love. So it sounds really good. I love like historical fantasy. So I'm really excited about this one. The end papers are yellow. They're so vibrant. And this one is pen signed by the author. Yeah, it really matches the like theme art. That's why I didn't want to see copies of it too. Like I knew, like if I had seen this, I would have known that that was the book of the month, but I hadn't seen it. The surprise was brilliant. Now, let's talk about last month, which the book for last month was Little Thieves by Margaret Owen. And I have since read this and I ended up loving it. We got off to a slightly rocky start because the start does have a slightly more detached fairy tale approach to it, and then it takes a little while to warm to the characters, I found. And also this has something that is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, which is the breaking of the fourth wall as like a fun comedic value. But I found once we started building together the team and bringing together our little found family, I really loved this. And it's actually long, like I think it's 500 pages. Yeah, it is pretty much exactly 500 pages, so it's quite a long book, and the stakes really build throughout the whole thing. Like the world keeps expanding the more that you learn, and also the magic system sort of slowly gets more complex and you see more of the gods, and the stakes get a lot higher, both individually for our characters and also on a larger scale for the country that they live in. My favorite thing though was like the relationships, and like Emmerich Conrad was such a sweet little bean, and Ragnar was just like such a riot. She was so much fun, and Vanya like grows so much throughout this book. You can see how she overcomes a lot of her fear and trauma with the help of her friends that she makes along the way on this journey, and how she learns to be more selfless and accept people into her life. And overall it just became such a charming magical story, and I absolutely loved it. So far that is 2 for 2 from Olympic Crate. They have been stellar, and hopefully I will also be enjoying A Marvelous Life, and I will give you my thoughts on that when I open January's box.